Yeah, but them strings in the back, that is me. You know.
That's why nothing on beat.
More and more, I can see Luke rubbing off on you. More and more. I get it. Oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We going straight. Everybody dream of go England. My dream of a Bequia.
Guess what? Now you could fly. You could fly, and
when you land, the airport look good.
When you land, you're gonna feel like you're going through a dirt patch.
Know, before we jump in, as the done over the airport now, is that like you could say there's a direct neglect from Mr. Man?
Yeah, but when you previous government
that
was neglecting.
Jeez.
That in itself is not news.
Watch how easy that was.
They've refurbished it. They've made the Bequia airport usable again.
They've redone the tarmac.
The wait. Apron, yeah.
That's AI or that's an actual picture?
It's an actual picture. Yeah.
They look good. It look really good.
Okay.
So I will say there's money there for some things.
Yeah.
Look real good. Big up Bequia. I'll get hip hop.
All right, so Bequia got their airport back.
Look better than AIA.
They I think they designated $28 million to fix AIA.
Okay.
$28 million.
Good.
So
like how they do that now?
I wonder, is that just for the overall running of AIA, or is that to fix the issue?
The issues in it.
The issues.
Or overall. I don't know. I'm asking.
We'll get it.
Expand the terminal.
28 million. Oh. Shudders. Anyways, we're going to Bequia. So we've landed.
All right. So we'd seen this letter. I think we'd put up the letter yesterday. Anybody have a copy of the letter? We can just quickly read out the letter. But there was basically a letter written from the government. I think it was in 2017.
X gonna give it to you.
From the government to the lawyer.
Let me give you the letter, man.
All right.
So it's addressed to Mr. Errol Lane, barrister at law.
Who at the time was a lawyer for the owner of the land in Bequia, 95 acres.
Precisely.
Okay.
And it is coming from the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Dr. Ralph Gonsalves.
Okay.
I've been advised that your client, Miss the beneficial owner of 95 acres of land at Spring Bequia, has decided to sell these lands. The government of St. Vincent and Grenadines is interested in purchasing/acquiring these lands at a fair and reasonable price. Accordingly, the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines is humbly requesting that you provide, as soon as practicable, all relevant information on the lands, including 1, possible sales price, 2, title, 3, conditions of sale. I urge that you please indicate to Ms. and any other prospective purchaser. Indicate to and any other prospective purchaser that the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines has a national interest in developing these lands.
All right. So they've used the office of the government to basically tell the owner of the lands and any other prospective purchasers that the lands are for national use, and therefore the government will essentially are going to take them.
They have first
dibs.
Yeah.
Not first bids. They're taking them.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a matter of agreeing a price.
Right.
That's what that letter says. Right?
Right.
So that is from the government, signed by what? The Prime Minister?
Yes.
Prime Minister at the time.
CC
to who?
CC to the Chief Surveyor, Director General of Finance and Planning, and the CEO of National Properties Limited.
So there's a whole cabal there, first off.
I like that word.
Right?
Cabal.
Right? So the former PM is mixing other people up in the up in the business, right?
Right.
So we're buying these lands for a national purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Please, anybody else know who's interested?
And then only for it to be ultimately acquired by Storm Gonzalez, and I think he said his auntie. They formed a company and they acquired them.
Tanti Winifred.
Right?
Yeah.
The figure I heard was $2 million.
Winifred, that's not good enough.
Don't quote me on that, but that was a figure. I'm understanding that another investor, a local investor, was willing to pay 4 or 5 times that.
Oh wow.
Right?
And
2 million for 95 acres works out at about 50 cents a square foot.
There was some maths there.
Do some other comparisons.
I was about to pull up like a real estate company. That was the one I was on the other day.
Just do Bequia land sale or something and you'll see what kind of prices land went for. 95 acres, huh?
Alrighty.
I think National Properties was selling it for like 10 US a square foot.
$27.
$27.
Right.
So
So if you're looking
54
for
times cheaper than what National Properties was selling their land for.
so there's currently like a plot of land in Bequia that's available for sale for US $196,500. You want to guess the size of that plot? It's 49,000 square feet. Just a little bit over an acre.
Just over an acre.
Another one is, everything kind of within that range.
Right. So that is approximately what? 600,000 divided by 49,000. 49,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $12 a square foot.
EC?
EC.
Okay.
Right. So that's 24 times more expensive than what
Whoa.
we heard Storm and his auntie purchased it for, right? Clearly, right? This is abuse of office. You've used the Prime Minister's office or the power of the Prime Minister to tell the seller that the government is buying the land and basically inform everybody else it's not for sale.
So they technically use them as a block.
Yeah, that's a block.
That's a block.
That takes everybody else out of the picture.
That's a block.
Right?
On Frax Real Estate, they're saying in spring, Bequia, for Vincential Nationals, land goes for $17.55 per square foot.
Right.
For non-nationals, it's $8.50 US.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the government blocks everybody else. So you would expect the purchaser then to be the government, whatever the fair market value is. Let's say it's $10. $10 would work out at what? About 40 million or so for that land. Yeah. 95 times
44,000.
44,000 times 10. Yeah. 41 million. 42 million.
Chump change.
Right? 10% of that is government duty.
Yeah, no chump.
So that would be 4 million for the government. Not bad.
Not bad.
Ain't bad.
Right? Could fix up maybe a school, maybe even build a school for that.
Probably.
Yeah? Or at least fix up some schools for that.
Yeah.
Fix up
Some clinics, maybe.
the facilities that the netball tournament was meant to use.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That the government said we should go ahead with, even though we have no facilities really to do it on.
Okay.
Right? So how then did Storm end up acquiring this? So that block, can we read that block as essentially for the benefit of the family? So
Yes.
you're using government resources to benefit the personal interests of the Gonzalez family.
When you read that letter, right, and then we heard who bought it, is there any other way to read this as? When you read the letter, signed by who, right? Let me keep that part in mind. And then it was bought by Tanti Winnie and who. Let me keep that part in mind. Is there any other way to see this?
I find it difficult.
Serious question. Is there
No,
any
I'm
other way to
asking.
see this other than enriching yourself
Yeah.
by using the office of the government?
Is there any other way to read into that? And I in him buying the Tanti Winifred. Tanti Winifred to me. Blah, 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 blah.
That alone should be jail.
Is there any other way?
I'm basically using state resources like they're my personal resources.
Yeah.
It's one and the same. Okay, the government wants it for national use.
Yeah.
So how Storm end up with that?
No,
Not to mention, how did Storm afford that?
sell bread.
That's the
man.
different
Morning,
question.
gentlemen.
Morning. Sell bread.
Good morning.
Morning.
I hope I don't want to use the word foolish, but I hope the supporters of the ULP are listening that they were keeping the government in power to enrich themselves. Those foolish, I don't want to use the word, but I have to. Have a good day, brothers.
You know,
And
look,
then remember, right? This is just one we know about. This is just one that happened to come out because Storm couldn't help himself but brag to the nation that in the middle of COVID, when everybody losing their jobs, he gonna build a hotel in a resort in Bequia.
I demand. Another question. Should this demand legal action? And if so, against who?
Well, if the current government,
It must.
can go into parliament and highlight it. Well, they hint at it. I can't even say highlight.
They didn't highlight it. They kind of like
Yeah,
said it around the way.
right. They kind of hinted at it. Then that means that they think that something untoward has happened. And if you feel like something has happened, then you're supposed to take
Start
action.
the process. Tell the people we're investigating this.
So this goes back now.
Because absence of that would suggest like what the listener said earlier. You're just looking for your turn.
Yeah.
So this goes back now to where we started. That you go on in there, you knowing all these things, and you ain't saying,
You ain't saying
diddly nothing.
On top of that, this is in the Prime Minister's constituency. This is one of your constituents.
This is back where we talking.
So the constituent looks like they were defrauded. It looks like the government coffers were defrauded.
Take a call, my friend.
Morning.
Just a quick question. You don't think that we being a bit too hard on the government? No. I mean, why say that? Let's hear me out. They just got in power in December, right? And there's a lot of things coming out of a government for 25 years. It's not an easy task to just do overnight. I think, give them a little bit more time. Because I always feel that Dr. Fred is a sleeping giant just waiting to, So I honestly think that we should give him a bit more time, let it iron out the cracks and the crevices in them, and then
If it's a sleeping giant, somebody wake him up now.
No, well, let me see, because let's give them a bit more time. I hear
you. I mean, it's still early days.
Let me give them a bit more time, man. All right? Yeah.
Okay. We think more
Patricia
time.
King says, so this is an interesting one. Ralph has no shame. Wants everyone to dog the PM's son while he has his own son living large. Boy, tell me.
More time needed. Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. More time needed, you think?
No, two things I want was funny. Was with the farmer PM son. On the street, he is known as El Chapo. On the street. Yeah, on the street, so he is known as El Chapo. And another thing again, do you think the government, the present government is going to investigate all the things that the past government did?
I don't think first off you can call somebody El Chapo unless you have evidence of that.
I don't.
That's a serious allegation to me. I know nothing about that one, but the
No.
but the land on the land thing is a serious thing. If you're using government to tell a landowner that government is interested in acquiring it, and basically to tell all other prospective buyers that government is going to be taking it, and then your son ends up with the land.
It raises alarm bells.
Really?
Somebody has to explain it.
Oi.
How does it get to that?
Listen.
What was the national interest?
Mm.
For what reason did it stop?
Mm.
Because there has to be some explanation why the government was no longer interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then how come
End
that,
up
that,
in
how
your
come
hand.
that the government was no longer interested in it, but your very close family
Yeah, Auntie Winifred.
saw maybe a better idea for it,
Mhm.
and you thought, well, okay, well, he could execute it better.
What
than
was the
government.
original plan for it?
Yeah, what was the original plan?
I don't know. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I kind of agree with Kwesi that you give them a bit more time. Reason being, I think they're in the process of gathering evidence and fact finding. You notice you're seeing things drip, drip coming out. They are leaking information. However, I think if they were to come out with anything against the former administration, and for any reason the ducks were not in a row, the former PM will say, see, witch hunting. So I think they can lose credibility. So I think they're trying to put the things in order before they start to release. I think that is what is required. Yeah.
So more time needed. No. No. I'm here.
Have you lost your mind?
When we come back, we're going to hear more about this.
Hey, smoke about it there, boy.
Flow makes your next phone up